Alright, welcome back everybody to another video. Today I'm going to be doing, filling out my March Madness bracket. I've already filled it out, but I'm just going to be doing it on the computer so you guys can see me filling it out. Alright, let's start with the West. So the first matchup here is Gonzaga versus Norfolk State, who actually won last night. So I'm going to go with Gonzaga. We still have an hour, okay. Norfolk versus Gonzaga. I think Gonzaga's gonna win. That's pretty easy. Number two, Oklahoma versus Missouri. I think this is kind of a toss-up for me, but I'm gonna go with Mizzou. Next we got Creighton versus UCSB. Even though Creighton, I feel like this could be a close game, I'm gonna go with Creighton. Barely edges out. How long do we do that? Actually, I'm going to go with UCSB. I think this is going to be an upset. Here, I'm going to try to be picking a couple upsets here. Just so, you know, upsets happen in March Madness. We're going to go with Virginia over Ohio. Now, USC over over Drake. I'm going to go with USC here. Kansas versus Eastern Washington. Going to go Kansas. Kansas is always usually pretty good. Oregon versus VCU. I'm going to go Oregon. I'm in Iowa versus Grand Canyon. I think this is going to be kind of a close game, but I think Iowa will pull out the win. Now going down to the South, we got Baylor or Hartford. I feel like this is a pretty easy one. I'm going to go Baylor. North Carolina versus Wisconsin. I think North Carolina is going to win because they have a lot of big guys, and I think Wisconsin's going to get overwhelmed, and I think they're going to lose that game. Villanova versus Winthrop. I'm going to go Villanova, even though their best player's out. Again, I already filled out my bracket. I'm just, making a video of me actually filling it out. Purdue versus North Texas. I think Purdue's going to win that one. Texas Tech versus Utah State. I'm going to go Texas Tech. Arkansas versus Colgate. I'm going to go Arkansas. Florida versus Virginia Tech. I'm going to go VA Tech. Ohio State versus Oral Roberts. I'm going to go Ohio State. All right, moving on to the East. We got, I'm pretty sure Texas Southern won that game, but I don't think that's going to make a difference. I think Michigan's going to win. St. Bonaventure versus LSU. I'm going to go St. Bonaventure because, I don't know, I really like that team for some reason. Like, there's always one team in the tournament I like for some reason. Colorado versus Georgetown. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Georgetown. They've been on a hot streak. They have Patrick Ewing, and I think they could pull out the win here versus number 5 seed Colorado. Florida State versus UNCG. I'm gonna go Florida State. BYU versus, I don't know who won that one last night. Actually, hold on, let me look it up. UCLA won, but I still think BYU is going to win. They almost beat Gonzaga twice, so I feel like that's enough to get them the win. Texas versus Abilene Christian. I feel like Texas is a boom or bust team, but I think Texas is going to be a boom team in this tournament. Connecticut versus Maryland. I'm going to go Maryland. Maybe that's Big Ten bias, but Big Ten's a really good conference this year, so I'm going to go with Maryland. And Iona versus Alabama. Even though Iona has Rick Pitino, who's a pretty good basketball coach, I still think Alabama will win that one. All right, Illinois versus Drexel. Illinois. That one's kind of obvious. Loyola Chicago versus Georgia Tech. I think Georgia Tech, they have a pretty good duo. I think they will beat Loyola. Even the last time Loyola made it, they made it to the Final Four, I'm pretty sure. Tennessee versus Oregon State. I'm going to go Tennessee, even though Oregon State is ACC champions. ACC was kind of weak this year, so I'm going to go Oregon State. Oklahoma State versus Liberty. Oklahoma State, I feel like, are going to make a deep run because they have Cade Cunningham. San Diego State versus Syracuse. I'm going to go San Diego State. West Virginia versus Morehead State. I'm going to go West Virginia. Clemson versus Rutgers. I'm going to go Clemson because I'm pretty sure in this I have every single Big Ten team making it past the round. And then Houston versus Cleveland State. I'm going to go Houston. Houston State, Houston. All right, now let's go ahead and finish out this side. Gonzaga versus Missouri. I think a lot of people are gonna have Gonzaga making it. UCSB versus Virginia. I think Virginia's gonna win that one. USC versus Kansas. I actually have USC winning that game. Oregon versus Iowa. I obviously got to take my Hawkeyes. And then let's do this side here. Baylor versus North Carolina. I think Baylor's going to win. Villanova or Purdue. I'm going to go Villanova. Texas Tech or Arkansas. I'm actually going to go Texas Tech here. Virginia Tech versus Ohio State. I'm going to go Ohio State. Alright, let's go down to the Midwest. Illinois versus Georgia Tech. I have Illinois winning that one. And Oklahoma State versus Tennessee. I have Oklahoma State winning that one. San Diego State versus West Virginia. I get West Virginia. And Houston versus Clemson. I'm going to go Houston. Alright, let's fill out the other side. So at the East, Michigan over St. Bonaventure. Florida State over Georgetown. BYU versus Texas. I have Texas winning that one, actually. Maryland versus Alabama. I'm going to go Alabama. All right. There's our Sweet 16. Let's continue here. Gonzaga versus Virginia. I obviously got Gonzaga. USC versus Iowa. I have Iowa. Villanova versus Baylor. I got Baylor. Texas Tech versus Ohio State. I have Ohio State. So we have the 1 and 2 seed going against the 1 and 2 seed. All right. And then Texas versus Alabama, or versus Florida State. I don't know, versus Alabama. I'm gonna have Texas winning that one. And then Michigan versus Florida State. This is where the first seed gets knocked out. I think Florida State's going to win that one. Again, obviously, I don't want every number 1 seed to make it because that hasn't happened since, like, forever. And then Illinois versus Oklahoma State. I'm going to have Illinois winning that one. And West Virginia versus Houston. I'm going to have Houston winning that one. All right, so we have Gonzaga, Iowa, Baylor, Ohio State versus Florida State, Texas, Illinois, and Houston. All right, so I'm going to have Texas beating Florida State. I'm going to have Illinois beating Houston. And then Iowa versus Gonzaga. Iowa played Gonzaga early in the year, but I don't think Iowa's going to win. I'm going to go Gonzaga. And Baylor versus Ohio State. I'm going to go Baylor. Alright, so we have 3 number 1 seeds making it. We got Gonzaga versus Texas and Baylor versus Illinois. So, I don't think Texas is going to beat Gonzaga. So we're going to go Gonzaga. And Illinois versus versus Baylor, I'm going to go Illinois. So, 2 number 1 seeds facing the championship game. I'm gonna go with Gonzaga. Gonzaga finishes the perfect season. That hasn't happened since like 1976. Well, in my bracket I have right here, it says there's a tiebreaker, but I think tiebreaker is going to be 171 points combined. So, yeah, that is my March Madness bracket. Rate my bracket in the comment section below. Let me know what I could have done different and what you think is going to happen. But I just think Gonzaga is too good and Illinois is too good. But Texas is kind of my sleeper team I have. They're either a boom or bust team. They're going to lose in the first round against Abilene Christian, or they're going to make it all the way to the Final Four. And I have them making it all the way to the Final Four. And I think Gonzaga will win the championships. Hopefully I enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.